there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Disabilities Redefined with Dr. Wagner. I am yours truly, Dr. Truett Wagner. And you know what? I'm just going to go there. I am starstruck right now. I am with a young man who I have been following for quite a few years, Jono Lancaster. Hey, Jono, how are you?
I'm good, sir, and thank you for having me on. And I wore my Red Sox jersey for you.
I see. Well, you know what? You wore your Red Sox, but America loves you anyway. All right.
Well, that's our British humor. We like to root for the other team. So,
okay, let's talk about before we get into the really good stuff, which I'm very interested to hear about school and this bartending job you had, and then become a trainer. I mean, honestly, going from being a bartender to a trainer. But I want us to talk about get the basics out of the way. Now, you at birth, you were diagnosed with Treacher Collins.
That's correct.
Okay, and then your biological mother, within 36 hours, put you up for adoption. Is that correct?
Not necessarily. My adoption reports, my paperwork says that they left the hospital.
Okay.
And so I went into foster care. The hospital tried to find me a family or somebody to look after me. And over a five-year period, they tried to reconnect me with my birth parents. And that didn't happen. So I was adopted when I was 5.
Yeah, okay. All right. So that was what I was getting to. Thank you very much for clearing that up. Okay, so at 5 years old, you were adopted by this wonderful woman who I really enjoyed getting to know over the week. When I say getting to know, I obviously mean doing my research and reading and watching the documentaries. Okay, she was wonderful.
You know, Jean, she is my own little superhero. She's not even 5 foot. She's an incredible woman, and she's always told me that the social workers in the hospital kept on talking about my face. You need to be warned because he does look different. Be prepared, he looks different. And this just went straight over Jean's head, and she always told me that when she saw me, she couldn't help but smile. And when she held me, she felt an instant bond, an instant connection, and was like, yeah, when can I take him home? So yeah, I'm very lucky to have her in my life.
Well, I know I enjoyed watching the videos of you two interact. It was very special. And again, I actually watched, there was one documentary, I've watched so many, Jonah, I don't know which one it was, but it was the one where you were also, it showcased you doing some sort of Iron Man, some sort of competition. Yeah. And I watched that about 3 times. And I would sometimes fast forward to where you and Jean could communicate, just because it was so sweet to see you guys talking with each other. Yeah, so I really did enjoy it. Okay, so then now on to school. So now you're in this loving home, and now you went to school. Okay, and now you do have Treacher Collins. I think they said it was 1 in 50,000 people around the world get that. Now that is, in a nutshell, that's more whenever the bones are don't develop properly. Cheekbones, jawbones, is that correct? Yes, okay.
That's correct.
All right. Now, what I did not find out, now you went to school. You went to school from in all of your grades in school. You were not homeschooled, were you?
No, I went to regular school. That was very much my mum's, my mum insisted that I went to a mainstream school. And there was options of a hard of hearing school, special education, but my mum insisted I went to mainstream school.
Right, because you're a very smart guy. I mean, you didn't have any developmental issues, did you? You were very articulate. In all of your interviews, you come across as very articulate, very intelligent and insightful. So you did not have any other than the hearing. That was it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few delays with my speech and my walking, but that was down to my hearing more than anything else. You know, I am a bright lad, and
you are, yes.
So all my surgeries that I had were for my hearing.
Okay, okay. All right, yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to get to that later because you've refused any other reconstruction surgery, from what I understand, in your adult.
Yeah, that's right. But when I was a teenager, we started talking about building up my face and we started talking about improving my face. And I always said no because I hated my face. And I wanted a new face. I didn't want this face improving. I wanted a new face. And the fact that I wasn't able to have a new face, I wanted a face like yours. Whereas, every emotion and every feeling that I had growing up has affects my life now. And those dark feelings at the time prevented me from having surgery on my face. And I've really looked at the mental side of things and the wellness and accepted my face, and it's beyond accepting my face. I love my face, and I'm very glad that I didn't have surgery on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my little journey on that.
Okay, great. Okay, so now you brought us up to where I'm super interested. So you graduate, you get your what we call in America your high school diploma, equivalent
Uh-huh.
over there, your exams, your yeah. Okay, and now somehow you end up being a manager of a bar. I love, I love this story. Okay, so was it a friend who gave you this job, or what happened that you became this manager, and then you became, was it a personal trainer, a PE coach? Yeah, that journey. Tell us that journey. And yeah,
Okay, so I'm not an outgoing person. Believe it or not, I am not an outgoing person. I'm very shy and very introverted and very happy at home with my music. And it takes a lot for me to be social and a lot to be outgoing. But it was my friend, he was the manager of the bar. I was 20 years old. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any confidence. I was very shy. And he came over to my house one day, and I just shut the world out. And my friend Ben, he was the manager of the bar. He came over and said, "Jono, you don't hang out with us anymore. What's going on?" And I never shared my feelings. I never opened up. And I think for the first time in my life, 20 years old, I started to talk to him that I was too scared to get a job. And I was scared to go outside. I hated people staring at me, talking about me, laughing at me. And I was really struggling. And he was like, dude, we've all got problems going on. You just can't put your life on hold because of all that. And I was like, no, no, you don't understand me. You haven't got a face like mine. You just don't get it. And he's like, well, I don't care. I've got you a job. Here's your uniform. You're working in this bar next to me. Tragic 80s bar. Can't stand 80s music now because of the songs. They're just on repeat. And we ended up fighting. I was like, no, hell no, I'm not working in a bar with you. We fought, we argued, but that Thursday night I was stood behind the bar with my Frankie Says Relax t-shirt on, and I was dripping with sweat. My friend Ben, he's talking to all the girls, flirting, laughing, joking, and he's like, "This is the best job in the world, mate. The chicks are hot, we get to drink, you love it." And I was just like so scared, terrified, but I was there. Mum was crazy excited, and the bar got busier and busier. And, my mum's excitement at home kind of rubbed off on me. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. Bar filled up within half an hour. I'm thinking they're laughing at me, they're staring at me, they're talking about me. I get home, I jump in a cab, go home. Mum's waiting for me at home and walk in, and she's like, how did it go? And I wanted to tell my mum everything, how badly I was struggling and I couldn't do it. And, she always told me that I was beautiful. She always told me I was special and that something good would come, and at least I tried. I nodded and I smiled, went to my room, and those thoughts of why me? Why did I have to look like this? How am I ever going to get a job? How am I ever going to get a partner? How am I ever going to find happiness in this world that's obsessed with image? That week, didn't leave the house, barely ate, barely, I just existed. But back came Ben with his tough love, a fresh Frankie Says relaxed t-shirt. It's like, dude, get back to the bar. So I did. I followed him. Again, I'm dripping with sweat. He's talking to all the girls. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. I need to leave. And as I do, a guy walks into the bar. This guy is huge, head to toe in tattoos, muscles coming out of muscles that I didn't even know existed. And he opened the door and we made eye contact, and I quickly looked down at the floor and I looked up and I was like, oh, he's walking over to me. He made a beeline straight to where I was working, and he leant over the bar and he was just staring at me. Everywhere I went, his eyes just followed me, and I thought, oh, he's going to say something to me. So I'm working from right to left, and I'm thinking, I need to go home. I need to get into that cab and I need to go home, hoping somebody that serves him. Nobody does, and I find myself stood in front of him. And I'm like, excuse me, what would you like to drink? And he's like, hold up, mate. Before you get me my drink, I've got a question for you. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And he was like, what happened to your face? And I hate talking about my face. So I was like, oh, I was born like this. What do you want to drink? He's like, no, mate. What do you mean? He's like, you weren't involved in an accident, bro. I was like, no, I was born like this. He was like, all right, okay, what's happened to your ears? So I've got these little Bart Simpson ears that I absolutely love. Um, and I love them, but obviously I wear a hearing aid. So he's like, yeah, what's wrong with your ears? I was like, oh, you know, it's just the way they are. And he's like, all right, okay. And is that a hearing aid? Again, hated talking about my hearing aid. I was like, yeah, it's my hearing aid. What would you like to drink? He's like, no, mate, I've got more questions. I was like, oh. And I hated it. I genuinely hate talking about it all. And he was like, can you take your hearing aid off? I was like, yes, I can take my hearing aid off. And he was like, well, what can you hear when you take your hearing aid off? I was like, I can't really hear anything. And he was like, oh, mate, you're so lucky. I wish I had an hearing aid. And I was like, why do you wish you had an hearing aid? And he's like, I've got a wife at home. She's so loud every time I get home. Straight away, it's like somebody just put a battery in her and she just starts talking at me. She don't come up for air. I'd do anything to have a moment of peace. And I smiled and I laughed. And then something amazing happened. He held out his hand, shook my hand, asked me what my name was, bought me a drink, and off he went. And I was like, whoa, I completely got him wrong. And honestly, that stranger, when I was 20 years old, changed my life. Because I stood back from the bar then, and I was like, wow, I stereotyped him. I stereotyped him. I thought he was going to be mean and horrible, and he wasn't. He was just curious. And all these laughters and all this talking that I can hear, you know, it's not, I'd like to think I'm the center of the universe, but truth is I'm not. And then this guy really, really highlighted that. And I didn't go home early that day. My mum's phoning me. She's like, Jono, where are you? And I was like, Mum, I'm working and then I'm going out for drinks afterwards. You know, my confidence, I wouldn't say I'd made it, but my confidence and my outlook definitely started to change. I had a massive passion for fitness and sport and got my job working in a gym. Again, you know, how can I work in a fitness industry when everybody's obsessed with the way they look? But, you know, I went and I did it and I found myself working in a gym. So all in the space of 6 months, very, very weird period of my life. And it started with a stranger.
Now, Laura, your girlfriend at the time, when you were in the gym, you all met in the gym, and the Cupid was there, and I think she made the statement, but an appearance is not just someone's face; it is the hair, the body, the whole nine, the clothes, the whole 9 yards.
You know, she's an incredible human being. And, you know, she's always told me that she did take a second look at me. You know, I walked past and in the gym and she second looked at me. And it wasn't because I looked different, it's just the fact that she thought I was cute. And, you know, I almost learned in my head that when people second look me, it's for a negative reason. Whereas, you know, now as I've got older, people second look me because of a lot of reasons. They may think my butt's cute. They may think I need a haircut. They may think the Red Sox suck. You never know what they second look for, and it's always not about my appearance. And she was definitely one of the first people that really hit home that. And then now, you know, I do have a new partner, and you know, she's very much the same as well. She's very much, you know, oh God, you're talking about your face again. Why is everybody talking about your face? What is it about your face? And you know, it's that connection is so deeper. They do see my face, but not in a negative way. They're like, hey, that's your face. And they, you know, they see everything. And it's, when you appreciate that and when you reach that intimacy, it's pretty special, you know?
Well, yeah, that was the big question that I wanted to ask, kind of leading up to, you know, do you think that when you started to appreciate, you know, your physical attractiveness more, that other people started to appreciate it a little more? Did you sense that?
Massively. You know, I'm a thinker. I think all the time, and when I go quiet, I'm kind of dissecting my life and processing things. And when I was 16 to 20, you know, I hated my face. I hated my appearance. I'd walk around looking at the floor. And when people tried to talk to me, I wouldn't talk to them. I would give them one-word answers and I'd hurry off. That's not sociable. I'm not open to anything. I am very closed and very negative.
Mm-hmm.
And now over these past years, I talk about self-love and I practice self-love. I look at who I am and where I am in my life, what I love about who I am and my being. And the more I embrace it, the more friendships, relationships, opportunity presents itself to me. And that's why I try and talk to everybody who I meet. And there's opportunity there. You know, in the space of 10 years, I've gone from hiding in my bedroom to traveling the world.
Right.
And it's not come from surgery, it's not come from filters, it's not come from sex, drugs, escaping reality. It's come from self-love. And that's something that I'm a massive, massive believer. Self-love has changed my life.
Yes,
for sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And, you know, I think that most people really do fall in love with you, Jonah, because you at this time really like who you are. And I know I could sense that in your photographs and all the interviews I saw. And you know, again, this week has just been, I watched probably at least 2-3 hours of you a day. And I mean, I'm not going to do that if I don't like somebody. So, there you go. So anyway,
no, that's good to hear. That is good to hear.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to ask a few more questions. You've been called a celebrity, a hero, a heartthrob. Yes. How does it feel? What do you other than the self-love? Where do you think all of this adoration is? Where can you give credit to?
It's amazing, but at the same time, it's a little bit scary and a little bit, this gets a little bit too much. But then then another second later, I'm like, this is amazing that all people will say, hey, he's a really good-looking guy. The world needs to see those. They need to see me, but they also need to see all those people who think I'm a good-looking guy, because little Jono, who's 16, who's thinking, oh, I'm never going to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or partner or have kids, they're going to see, hey, all these people think he's hot. That's amazing, and that's so empowering. So think again, what I do think about the bigger picture. Yeah, it's pretty amazing when those people, share those things about me. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Final question. Well, I don't say final, depending on how, because every time you answer something, I think about something else. What do you tell those parents out there who do have children diagnosed with Treacher Collins that do want to follow in Jono Lancaster's footsteps and get tattoos and let their hair grow and be super cool and but yet they're having a hard time letting go. What message would you like to send to the parents?
Wow. I spend a lot of time with parents. A lot. That's what I do. I travel all over the world, meeting children, individuals, families, with people with all different kind of facial conditions. And one of the things that I encourage them to do is have two-way open conversations. I've met so many families that they'll have conversations and then they'll say, okay, we'll talk about that when the kids have gone to bed. And then the kids will go to bed, the children will go to bed, and then all of a sudden they're having serious conversations. Oh, my boss is going to fire me. Oh, we might be made redundant. Oh, I think I'm pregnant. Oh, somebody cut me off on the highway today and it made me feel angry. They don't have those conversations in front of the children. You know, they tend to have the conversations of all the nicey stuff. And then when that parent comes to the child, or how was your day gone at school, they kind of sugarcoat it and they're like, oh yeah, we're fine. They're not used to hearing any negative or any hard conversations. So I always encourage families, parents, to say, hey, I had a rough day today. You know, I had a horrible customer at work. You know, somebody said this to me today and it made me feel sad. And then when the child has those experiences too in their day, they're more likely to openly talk about them. Because I wanted to talk about so many things in my life, and I never had the practice. I never had the experience of talking about sad things, and I just bottled it up, and it slowly destroyed me, right up until my early adulthood. So if I would have been able to get all this sad stuff out at a much younger age, I think I would have found that acceptance at a much younger age, you know, and that was huge. Confidence plays a massive part in our life. Confidence is the glue to everything. Turning up in school and raising your hand and asking a question. And hey, my hearing aid battery's running out. That takes confidence. Standing in the schoolyard when everybody's staring at you and saying, hey, can I play football? Can I play tag? When you're in your teenage years and there's a cute girl you want to ask out on a date, again, that takes confidence. When you go for a job interview, it takes confidence. When you find out your girlfriend's pregnant and you're about to become a father, again, it's confidence. And oh, you need those tools to be able to talk openly about everything, and that's something. Yeah.
Your foundation, now, are you still involved with Love Me, Love My Face Foundation? Are you still? Yeah, you want to just quickly speak of it right quick. I'm sorry, I almost we all, so much focus was on you, but there's a brilliant foundation out there that I would like for you to speak of. Yes.
Yeah, I started meeting all these families all over the world, giving them emotional support. And I flew over to New Zealand and supported some families. And there were families there that were living without hearing aids. And I was hearing families that couldn't afford the surgery for a cleft palate repair. And I got home to England and I'm in the pub with my friends, just talking about this sadness. Yes, I can help them emotionally, but I can't help them with the medical side of things. So my friend Ben, who got me the job in the bar, he was like, let's set up a charity. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. It'll be a doddle. So we did. 2 years old, the Love Me, Love My Face Foundation. And we fund medical surgeries, medical supplies. We set up retreats, face-to-faces. We've sent out care packages. So yeah, me and my 4 friends run the charity here from the UK. So yeah, that's my baby and something I'm incredibly proud of.
Yes, thank you so much. Jono, I think you are one of the coolest people I've had the pleasure of meeting. You are really, really a very special guy. I cannot thank you enough for spending this time with me. And what can I say? If you're ever in New York, please come to the studio. We do a fashion shoot to coincide with Fashion Week at our studio every year. And you know what? We need to make that work sometime in the future to get you over here and have you do some modeling for us. I've seen some of your shots. You look gorgeous. So we would definitely like to work that out somehow.
The last time I went to New York, I ran the New York Marathon. So I was in absolute agony. So it would be amazing to come back and see you guys and talk some more and definitely do. I love clothes. I love fashion. So yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.